Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel, Politics of Deception. Today we're diving into a topic that has sparkled intense debate in recent years, the 14th Amendment and its implications for birthright citizenship in the United States. The 14th Amendment, ratified on July 9, 1868, is one of the most significant amendments in the U.S. Constitution, particularly regarding the citizenship and civil rights. It was introduced during the ratification of the 14th Amendment, which states all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the states wherein they reside. This clause established the principle of birthright citizenship, meaning that anyone born on U.S. soil is automatically granted citizenship, regardless of their parents' immigration status. The amendment was a response to the widespread discrimination and disenfranchisement faced by African Americans after the Civil War. By granting citizenship and equal protection under the law, the 14th Amendment aimed to integrate formerly enslaved individuals into the fabric of American society. It also laid the groundwork for future civil rights advancement by asserting that all citizens are entitled to equal protection and due process. Over the years, the 14th Amendment has been the subject to numerous Supreme Court cases that have shaped its interpretation. The landmark case of United States versus Wong Kim Ark in 1898 confirmed that children born in the U.S. to immigrant parents are citizens, reinforcing the principle of birthright citizenship. This ruling has been pivotal in maintaining the amendment's relevance in contemporary discussions about immigration and citizenship. In recent years, the 14th Amendment has come under scrutiny, particularly regarding its application to children born to undocumented immigrants. Some political figures have proposed amendments to revoke birthright citizenship, arguing that it encourages illegal immigration. However, legal experts contend that such changes would face significant constitutional challenges and could undermine the foundational principles of equality and justice that the amendment represents. The 14th Amendment remains a cornerstone of American democracy, embodying the ideals of citizenship, equality, and justice. As debates continue about its interpretation and application, it is essential to recognize its historical significance and the ongoing impact it has on the lives of millions of Americans today. Understanding the 14th Amendment is crucial of engaging in informed discussions about citizenship and civil rights in the United States. Now let's talk about a different topic for a second here, which is fruit of the poisonous tree. While discussing the 14th Amendment, it's important to touch on another significant legal principle known as the fruit of the poisonous tree doctrine. This legal concept originates from exclusionary rule, which prevents evidence obtaining through illegal means from being used in court. Essentially, it is initially evidence, the so-called the tree, is tainted by illegality. Any additional evidence derived from it, the so-called the fruit, is also inadmissible. This doctrine underscores the importance of upholding constitutional rights, particularly those protected under the 14th Amendment, such as due process. It serves as a reminder that the rights granted to the individuals must be protected from unlawful government actions, ensuring that justice is not only done but seen to be done. Connecting to birthright citizenship and deportation. When examining the concept of birthright citizenship alongside the fruit of the poisonous tree doctrine, we see two distinct yet potentially overlapping identities in the realm of immigration law. Birthright citizenship automatically grants citizenship to individuals born on U.S. soil, regardless of their parents' immigration status. This principle is a fundamental aspect of the 14th Amendment, providing a shield of legal protection against deportation for those who meet the criteria. Conversely, the fruit of the poisonous tree doctrine primarily deals with the legality of evidence and the procedures employed by law enforcement. While it plays a critical role in ensuring due process for individuals accused of crimes, its application is less direct in cases of immigration and deportation. However, there are scenarios where these principles intersect. For instance, in an individual's deportation is based on evidence obtained through illegal means, such as an unlawful search or seizure. The fruit of the poisonous tree doctrine could provide grounds for challenging the deportation. In this way, the rights granted by the 14th Amendment can work in tandem with procedural protection to safeguard individuals from unjust removal from the country. Ultimately, while birthright citizenship and the fruit of the poisonous tree doctrine serve different functions, they collectively contribute to the broader framework of rights and protections that govern individual liberties in the U.S. Understanding how these principles interact is essential for grappling with the ongoing debates surrounding immigration and citizenship. The principle of birthright citizenship, which grants citizenship to anyone born on U.S. soil, has been a cornerstone of American law since the ratification of the 14th Amendment in 1868. However, in recent years, this principle has come under scrutiny. Some political figures, including former President Donald Trump, have proposed changes to this long-standing interpretation of the Constitution. Trump's executive order In an effort to challenge birthright citizenship, Trump signed an executive order aimed at ending this practice, claiming it was being abused by undocumented immigrants. He argued that the current interpretation of the 14th Amendment allows for a loophole that incentivizes illegal immigration. Trump's stance reflects a broader debate about immigration policy and national identity, as he sought to redefine that it means to be a citizen in the United States. Constitutional interpretation. The 14th Amendment clearly states that all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States. This language has been interpreted for over a century to mean that anyone born on U.S. soil is automatically a citizen, a principle upheld by the court in the landmark case of the United States versus Wong Kim-ar in 1898. This ruling confirmed that the citizenship clause applies universally regardless of the parent's immigration status. An ongoing debate, despite the historical precedent, Trump's interpretation conflicts with the established legal understanding of the 14th Amendment. Many legal experts argue that attempts to reinterpret this clause will not only unravel over 150 years of legal precedents, but also undermine a fundamental aspect of American identity. This debate continues as to whether the Supreme Court might revisit this issue, but so far there has been no indication that the justices are inclined to change the established interpretation of birthright citizenship. In summary, while the principle of birthright citizenship has faced challenges in recent years, its foundation in Constitution remains strong, supported by historical legal interpretations and court rulings. The ongoing discussions surrounding these issues reflect broader and societal questions among immigration, citizenship, and national identity in America today. Number 7. Legal experts argue that Trump's interpretation of birthright citizenship conflicts with over a century of legal precedent, particularly in the landmark case of the United States versus Wong Kim-ar. This 1898 Supreme Court decision affirmed that children born in the U.S. are citizens regardless of their parents' immigration status. The ruling established that the 14th Amendment guarantees citizenship to anyone born on U.S. soil, a principle that has been upheld consistently in American law. In Wong Kim-ar, the court ruled that a child born in the United States to a Chinese parents who were subject to the Chinese Empire was established to U.S. citizenship. This case set a significant precedent, reinforcing the idea that citizenship is not contingent upon the legal status of one's parents, but is a right granted by birth within the country's borders. Despite attempts to challenge this interpretation, the Supreme Court has not shown any inclination to revisit the established understanding of birthright citizenship. This steadfast adherence to the precedent established in Wong Kim Ark underscores the legal stability surrounding the issue, even amidst political debates and proposed changes to immigration policy. The ongoing discussion reflects broader societal questions about citizenship, identity, and values that define the U.S. states. So here is the case of Wing Kim Ark. So this is case. So the case of United States versus Wong Kim Ark 1898 centers among Wong Kim Ark, a Chinese American born in San Francisco in 1873 to Chinese immigrant parents. After visiting China, Wong was denied re-entry into the United States by immigration officials who argued that he was not a U.S. citizen because his parents were not U.S. citizens. This denial prompted Wong to challenge the government's decision, leading to a significant legal battle. Wong Kim Ark's legal team argued that under the citizenship clause of the 14th Amendment, he was a citizen by virtue of being born on U.S. soil. The citizenship clause states, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. The government contended that Wong's citizenship was not valid because his parents were Chinese nationals and not legally recognized as U.S. citizens. They argued that the 14th Amendment did not apply to children of foreign nationals. The Supreme Court decision on March 28, 1898, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of Wong Kim Ark in a 6-2 decision. The court held that Wong was indeed a U.S. citizen because he was born in the United States and was subject to its jurisdiction. The ruling emphasized that citizenship clause of the 14th Amendment automatically conferred citizenship to anyone born on U.S. soil, regardless of their parents' nationality or immigration status. Justice Herbert Gray delivered the opinion of the court stated that citizenship acquired by Wong at birth had not been lost or taken away by anything that occurred after his birth. This landmark decision established a crucial precedent affirming that the principle of birthright citizenship in the United States. Impact and significance. The ruling in Wong Kim Ark has had lasting implications for immigration law and civil rights in the United States. It reinforced the idea that citizenship is not contingent upon the nationality of one's parents, thereby protecting the rights of children born in the U.S. to immigrant parents. This case has been cited in numerous legal discussions, and decisions regarding citizenship and immigration, solidifying its place in American legal history. In contemporary debates about immigration and citizenship, the principle established in Wong Kim Ark continue to be relevant as discussion about birthright citizenship and its implications for children of undocumented immigrants remain at the forefront of national discourse. The case serves as a reminder of the ongoing struggle for equality and recognition within the framework of American citizenship. So, what's the status of Wong's parents? So in the case of United States versus Wong Kim-ar, only Wong Kim-ar, the child, was able to enter the United States after Supreme Court ruling. His parents were Chinese immigrants, faced significant restrictions due to Chinese Exclusion Act of 1862, which prohibited Chinese laborers from entering the U.S. and denied them the right to become naturalized citizens. Wong's parents had lived in the United States for about 20 years before returning to China between 1889 and 1890. When Wong attempted to return to the U.S. after visiting China, he was denied entry based on the argument that he was not a citizen because his parents were not U.S. citizens. However, the Supreme Court's decision affirmed that Wong, being born in the U.S., was indeed a citizen, regardless of his parents' immigration status. This ruling established the principle of birthright citizenship, ensuring that children born on the U.S. soil are granted citizenship automatically. Thus, while Wong Kim-ar was recognized as U.S. citizen and allowed to enter the country, his parents remained subject to the restriction imposed by the Chinese Exclusion Act and could not return to the U.S. So now this is going to get more interesting, which I had to read upon this. I was very interested to read about the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882. So here it is. So the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882 was a significant piece of legislation in U.S. history, making the first time that a specific nationality was targeted by immigration restrictions. Signed into law by President Chester A. Arthur on May 6, 1882, Act prohibited the immigration of Chinese laborers for a period of 10 years. This law was a response to growing anti-Chinese sentiment in the United States, particularly in the western states where many Chinese immigrants had settled during the gold rush and were employed in various labor-intense industries. And here's the key provisions. The Act specifically banned all Chinese laborers from entering the United States, while making exceptions for certain groups, including merchants, teachers, students, travelers, and diplomats. This exclusion was rooted in widespread racial prejudice and economic fears, as many Americans believed that Chinese immigrants were taking jobs away from native-born workers and driving down wages. Impact on Chinese immigrants. The Chinese Exclusion Act had profound implications for Chinese immigrants and their families. It not only barred no Chinese laborers from entering the country, but also made it nearly impossible for those already in the U.S. to become naturalized citizens. This effectively created a permanent underclass for Chinese residents who were denied basic rights and protections under U.S. laws. The act was extended multiple times and remained in effect for over 60 years, until it was repealed in 1943. During this period, it contributed to the marginalized of Chinese communities in the U.S. and reinforced systematic racism and discrimination. The issue of citizenship, particularly in relation to the 14th Amendment and birthright citizenship, is deeply contentious in American society. This contention goes beyond legal arguments and delves into profound moral and ethical consideration. At the heart of this debate and critical questions, who is America for? What does it mean to be American? These questions resonate deeply within our society and reflect the diverse perspectives that exist regarding identity, belonging, and the rights of individuals. The discussions surrounding citizens often evoke strong emotions and diverse and differing viewpoints. For some, the principle of birthright citizenship is seen as fundamental right for embodies the values of equality and exclusions. Others argue that it should be re-evaluated in light of contemporary immigration and challenges and national security concerns. This divergence in views highlights the complexities of defining national identity and the implications of citizenship laws on various communities. The contentions that nature of these issues can lead to polarization within society, and different groups advocate for their interpretations of what it means to be an American. This polarization can manifest in political debates, public policy discussions, and even in everyday interactions among citizens. As America continues to grapple with its identity in an increasingly diverse world, these questions will remain at the forefront national discourse, influencing both legal frameworks and societal norms. Supporters of birthright citizenship argue that it embodies the values and inclusivity and equality that America stands for. They believe that granting citizenship to individuals born on U.S. soil, regardless of their parents' immigration status, is a fundamental principle that reflects our nation's commitment to equal rights for all. This principle is rooted in the 14th Amendment, which asserts that anyone born in the United States is a citizen. Concerns about revoking birthright citizenship. Revoking this right could lead to a more divided society, creating a class of individuals who are denied basic rights simply because of their parent status. Such a move could foster an environment of exclusion and discrimination, undermining the foundational ideas of liberty and justice for all. Supporters contend that citizenship should not be contingent upon the circumstances of one's birth or the legal status of one's parents, and this could perpetuate cycles of poverty and marginalization. Broader implications. This implication of changing birthright citizenship laws extended beyond the legal definition. They touch on the very identity of the nation. The debate raises essential questions about who is considered an American and what it means to belong to this country. As America continues to evolve demographically and culturally, these discussions are crucial in shaping a more exclusive society that honors its diverse heritage. Opponents of birthright citizenship argue that it encourages illegal immigration and the current system should be re-evaluated to reflect modern realities. They contend that allowing citizenship to anyone born on U.S. soil, regardless of the parent's immigration status, creates an incentive for individuals to enter the country unlawful, particularly through practices like birth tourism, where non-citizens travel to the U.S. specifically to give birth and secure citizenship to their child. Many opponents propose that citizenship should be contingent upon at least one parent being a legal resident or citizens. This perspective is rooted in the belief that citizenship should be tied to a commitment to the country, which they argue is undermined by the current interpretation of the 14th Amendment. They assert that this change would help ensure that those who are granted citizenship have a legitimate connection to the United States, thereby fostering a more cohesive society. The debate over birthright citizenship is not just about immigration policy. It also touches on fundamental questions of national identity and the value that America represents. Opponents fear that maintaining the current system could lead a delusion of citizenship, meaning while supporters argue that it is a vital aspect of America's commitment to equality and inclusivity. This ongoing discussion reflects the complexities of immigration and citizenship in a rapidly changing world. Amending the 14th Amendment of the Constitution would face significant legal and political challenges. The process of amending the Constitution is outlined in Article 5, which requires a two-thirds majority vote in both houses of Congress, the House of Representatives and the Senate, to propose an amendment. Following this, the proposed amendment must be ratified by 3/4, 38 out of 50 of the Senate of the state legislatures or by conventions in 3/4 of the states. Given the current political climate, achieving such consensus appears unlikely. The deeply polarized nature of contemporary American politics makes it difficult for any significant constitutional amendment to gain any necessary support from both Congress and the states. Additionally, the 14th Amendment, its states addresses critical issues of citizenship and civil rights, making any proposed changes highly contentious and likely to provoke strong oppositions from various groups advocating for their rights protects. As we navigate complex issues of birthright citizenship, it's essential to engage in thoughtful discussions about what citizenship means to Americans today. This topic raises significant questions about identity, rights, and values that define the nation. Support for birthright citizenship. Supporters argue that birthright citizenship embodies the principles of inclusivity and equality. They believe that it is a fundamental right that ensures all individuals born in the U.S. are recognized as citizens, regardless of their parents' immigration status. This perspective emphasizes the importance of maintaining a cohesive society where everyone has access to the same rights and opportunities. Opposition to birthright citizenship. On the other hand, opponents contend that birthright citizenship encourages illegal immigrations and should be re-evaluated to reflect modern realities. They proposed that citizenship should be contingent upon at least one parent being a legal resident or citizenship, arguing that this would strengthen the connection between citizenship and commitment to the country. Your thought matter. We want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on birthright citizenship? Should it be upheld or reformed? Your insights are what values as we explore this important issue together. Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I truly appreciate your time and engagement with our content. Your support is invaluable as it helps us continue to create insightful discussion and share valuable information. While your engagement matters, when you like our video, it is a signal to us that that you enjoy the content and want to see more of it. Subscribing not only keeps you updated with our latest discussion, but also helps build a community of like-minded individuals who are passionate about the topic we explore. By hitting the notification bell, you ensure that you never miss an update, allowing you to stay informed and engaged in our content as soon as it's released. Join the conversation. We encourage you to share your thoughts in the comment section. Your insights and perspectives enrich our discussion and foster a deeper understanding of the topics at hand. Whether you agree or disagree, your voice is important, and I want you to hear from you. Look ahead. Until next time, I look forward to bringing you more engaging content that sparks your thought and conversation. Thank you again for your being part of the community.